How's it? Today's Friday, January 5th. This is the first medium Friday of the year, potentially the last medium Friday of the current block. You'll see why. I was struggling a little bit today, but for what it's worth, I think I made good progress today with learning certain things and learning what to do, what not to do. I try my best to focus on the small things because at this point in my weightlifting journey, my weightlifting career, I guess, I don't have a lot of big themes to learn. I mean, I don't think that that is pompous to say. I feel like I have pretty solid fundamentals, but like I always say, everything can always be better. My fundamentals for sure can be better. As far as it goes, I'm just trying my best to dial in the small things. And I think today was a really good um, example of if I really am thinking about a certain technique cue, then it ends up working out quite well. So the technique cue that I'm referring to is to kind of pull up with my arms, pull up with my extension rather than letting my upper back sort of dictate where everything goes. And usually when my upper back is being is I don't know how else to say it. When my upper back is um, extremely active and pulling really hard, the bar tends to go out forward because I'm too tight in the upper back area to allow the bar to go straight up. You know, this is a example right there. That 60, that first one was very good. It's an example in the right direction, not a counter example. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but same thing here. That was a really solid rep. I mean, 60 is not very heavy, but I think if I'm able to execute the way I want to at the lighter weights, then definitely it's a lot bodes a lot better for how I would feel at the heavier weights. Here is 80. This one, my shoulder felt a little bit weird afterwards, but I think overall it's still that vertical extension, and that's really what is driving me here. I missed this lift here. This is my last warm up. You can see at the start position, I'm a little behind the bar already. And so I try my best to fix that for the upcoming reps. But watch this. This is uh, this is what really is making. Oh look, I'm not even in the frame on the left side. This is really what is dictating whether or not I'm calling these a medium Friday, big Friday, or whatever. But that little helicopter shit was not good. Um, I was really like determined to make sure I made that lift, and I was happy that I did. And then these, at least this first one, was very similar to the missed 90 and very similar to the made 91, where I'm a little bit behind the bar, and then at extension the bar goes forward and I go a little bit back. And so what that means is I am not in the position to catch the bar by simply dropping straight down, and I need to chase the bar forward, and that's why it feels like it's a little bit forward. But the next two reps were so much better, and that's where I feel like I'm learning a lot. I mentioned earlier the warm-ups are really what's going to make it so that I can execute on the heavier weights, but the heavier weights are the ones that give me the confidence to actually lift the way that I want to lift, if that makes sense. After that, I moved into some clean and jerks. 3 sets of 1+1 at 115, which is 1 kilo up from last week. I didn't mention it earlier, but snatch was also 1 kilo up from last week. I learned something else today on how my shoulder is feeling, and for most of the snatches, they were my right shoulder is the one that's issued. The snatches weren't affecting me, and that's a really good sign. I feel like on Tuesday when I pressed overhead, I thought that the Wednesday's lifts were going to be impacted by my shoulder, and they really weren't. So I'm super happy with how that went. And I mean, today I felt like there's a chance that I could be feeling some amount of pain or soreness from Tuesday and Wednesday, right? But I don't think that that is really what happened today. you'll see there my jerk goes a little bit forward, and that is kind of a tell sign of my shoulder being an issue. So the cleans are all fairly easy. Well, first and the third cleaner are fairly easy, and then the jerks are they're jerks. They're not good. Um, but yeah, you'll see there. I'm not super happy with how that's feeling. Um, my clean on this one here. You'll watch this. Watch my right arm at the catch right there. So you see how that little elbow drops? It's because the bar is falling off of my right shoulder, and that hurt like a bitch. I don't know. I don't know why I've never had that sensation before when I was cleaning. Maybe it's because my cleans have all been very good up until this single moment, but saving that was really, really painful, and I acknowledged that very quickly, and I didn't allow it to happen on this third one. So that clean was received at a lot lower position, but I feel like it was much more efficient, less forward and backwards stray from the center line. Jerk was really solid as well. Pretty content with how that went, given how the second one felt. Right. After that, I did some front squats. Funny thing about the front squats today was they were a little similar to how the second clean went. So you see there, I readjusted my elbow there and my arm because the bar is kind of falling off, and so I couldn't really figure out a way to do it, having proper positioning until the third set. And you see that first or that second rep on this first set was a little of a struggle. Second set here, I also farted in this right here, this rep. So I was like, oh, uh-oh. And then I was like, I don't know if I can keep the core tight, because I was laughing, but also because my 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 stomach wanted to let gas out. Um, it is what it is, you know. I don't know. I didn't fail. I didn't shit myself, so that's good. And this third set, a lot better as far as trunk position, so that my shoulder doesn't really, or my elbow doesn't fall down with my shoulder, you know, if the bar's falling off. After that, I finished off with my pull-ups and my GHD sit-ups, real classic ADC Friday accessories. I'm pretty happy with today, you know. It was a challenge overall. I've experienced a miss in one of my warm-up snatches. My clean and clean and jerks, learned some stuff there. Front squats are getting to be pretty challenging. But I think overall, like I'm making the progress that I want to, and I'm learning a lot with like a lot of nuanced things that doesn't really happen, unless I'm really, really dialed in and paying attention to every single thing that I'm doing. So I'm pretty happy with how that's going. I'm looking forward to what I'll be doing next week. I'm thinking about changing virtually everything. Maybe I'll leave the Tuesday, but I'm thinking about changing Monday, Wednesday, and potentially Friday and Saturday. We'll see. Super excited for that, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along the journey with me. See you guys next time. Shoots.